I don't like bullies. That's my problem. I hate bullies. Especially if you're going to bully kids. It doesn't make any sense. And this is why backwards because we had individuals like that in buildings who thought that it was their, authority over everything else. And this is why I'm so happy that Fresh is a part of what's going on at the Department of Broadcasting Services right now, because you need someone with like a worldly view if you're going to be trying to do programming for different people across the heart. So I want to get at what you feel personally really doesn't have to dictate what happens with an institution as big as a national broadcaster.
But it still happens to this day.
So it's very disgusting to think what it is, individuals within these buildings, these corridors,
and those are the people
like they can do this.
Who call the shots. Those are people who write your checks. Those are people who make the decisions. And once you speak up against that, you get blackballed. But we'll get into that. Auditioning for My African Dream was a nightmare. I'm not going to lie to you. I was very young. It was a nightmare. I will never forget, and I'm going to name him because, there's no bad blood. We spoke about it a while ago, but I was a child.
Who was it?
Greg Lesibe. Yeah. I remember his words very well. I remember him telling me I should go home, stop acting like a girl, because I do not have a career in this field. I should stop it, maybe go and study, I can be a doctor. Guess what? That's why I never got Mankrani. Yeah. That thing crushed me, Scar. I was a kid.
Did he think it was a joke?
No, he was serious.
Was he dead serious?
Yes, because I had made it to the top 10.
Yeah.
But I was older than Baran by 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I and them.
Yeah.
I was a part of that. For them to cut me out, Greg Lesibe was the one who said, there's no way we're going to put a guy who acts like a girl on TV.
So what do you think it was about him and you? He was what, homophobic? What was it?
Botswana, the topic of you being gay as a person is very taboo.
And putting him on TV.
And then you're on a national broadcaster that just recently launched 7-8 years ago. You're coming with a kids show. Their thing was they don't want you to influence the people that are watching. What is this? What are you? I remember very well.
But why say that to a kid though?
I don't know, but I think it also prepared me to also really create a bond with my mother and study and ask things and research and find questions and answers about when somebody says this. You know what I mean?
What are they trying to get at?
What are you trying to say? Because I also thought maybe there's a fault within
yourself,
me.
Of different identities. Podcast with PSCAR.
What up, what up, what up? What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODI-CAST, and coming at you straight from Leo's Inn right here next to Middle Star in Gaborone. My name is SCAR. I'm your host, and yes, another week, another fresh new episode, another giant in the building. You know what I mean? So he's working it off though. But in the house, this is going to be one of the shortest intros ever because we got to get straight into it. He's an entrepreneur, he's an actor, he's an MC, former radio personality, a broadcaster, a TV host, a voiceover artist. You name it, he's done it. He's also a fashionista of note. He knows how to keep himself looking really, really nice. And Totale will give us some tips during the show. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Loungo Andre Pitse.
No, we've been doing some of these poo-poo-poo-poos before KD and them were born.
No, again, deflates. Young people think they started everything.
No, but she's done well for herself.
Yeah.
You guys were doing it while you were on the morning show way before
no doubt.
With the original sounder thing.
Hey.
So it's something that we've gained from people like you in the past. So yeah.
No
Hi,
doubt.
everybody.
I'm
Hello.
good. How are you?
What up, my boy?
Shap shapo.
Multiple New Years.
Happy New Year's. Where you been?
I've been a virgin for a minute.
But I didn't talk about the sex. I was talking about where have you been?
It has nothing to do with sex. It was me hibernating for a while.
Okay.
No, I'm around though. It's just that I chose to sort of like step back from the spotlight a little bit. But I'm around. I needed to find my feet and ground for a minute. But I'm coming. Don't worry.
I'm so happy you're here, and this is why it's a special occasion. And as you can see, our set is fully loaded with all of these beautiful drinks over here. This is called Bottega.
Yes.
We're officially launching these bottles of Bottega. They are our new partner as far as the PODI-CAST is concerned. We can clap for that.
One.
Even if yes, and we don't just put the liquor on the table, we drink it too.
That's what's up. Shout out goes out to the team for putting this together.
No
nice
doubt.
Nice
so,
one.
I don't know. You're probably going to be the one who's going to have to open it.
Okay.
You're quite the connoisseur when it comes to this. This is not,
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of bubblies.
Yes.
Whether it's an MCC or champagne.
Okay.
Not Batswana calling everything champagne that sparkles.
So
Let's sparkling water like a champagne.
No, especially because the company that we're working with, Barry, it's affordable, but it also tastes amazing, and it's also Barry vegan.
Okay.
For those who don't know, so I think 4 of these can quantify into like a soda can of sugar.
That's
I think for those people who are watching that weight and stuff, these days.
So this is Bottega Rose Gold.
Rose Gold, that's
Beautiful
what we're having.
bottle.
And on the table, get Rose Gold, and then we have all these other ones here.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure I have my information
And
correctly.
then Bottega Gold.
Bottega Gold,
Yeah.
and then there's Rose Gold.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna want you to open it up.
Okay.
Pause.
Yeah. Scar, what I like that. So this is how we do it professionally. If you are with for example, at a restaurant, and then I order a bottle of bubbly, whether it's an MCC, which is a sparkling wine. MCCs are usually made in Cape Town, because of the vineyards. Or if it's a champagne, which is from Champagne in France, you present it to a client first. This is the correct bottle. And then you face it to you a little bit. If I'm a waiter, I usually put it on the knee. Slightly. But because all you do is hold it and then slightly move it so that it doesn't go too loud. Because you're not showing off. This is the real money.
This is when you got that real
Already, just a bit. There we go. You understand? And then you open, and then bring the glass, tilt it over.
How do I tilt it?
Yeah, just
okay, and then it comes. Okay.
Yeah. So this then prevents the foaming. Then you can take it up a bit. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
For you.
And then
but I think it's also because
tilt it up. Yeah.
Okay. And then okay.
Yeah. Miss Here we go. Yes. Can put it back.
I think now we can officially start the show with
and toast. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
The team as well.
Thank you so
much. And thank you to Loungo for bringing them Bottega. Cheers to many more years collaborations.
Cheers. And thank you so much for being in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Loungo Pitse is in the house. I think you've told your life story a lot in other different interviews.
Yes.
But just for those who don't know, where did you grow up, and how was your upbringing in Gap City? Did you grow up in Gap City?
Yes, I did. Let me just clarify. I'm very, very private about my life for a reason. But in hindsight, I don't mind sharing it.
Okay.
Because I've already grown up in what you like to say, or what people say, the public eye.
Yeah.
I was born January 4th, 1988. I just turned 36.
Yeah.
I am still fabulous.
Where's the gray?
It could never. Not me. I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Originally in the Northwest Province.
Okay.
My parents, from my father's side, then migrated to Botswana, which then they settled in Kokhatleng. So, but in some parts of the Northwest Province, most of them. So Bo Rahotema, actually years ago. Then they settled this side. And then my grandmother from my father's side, who's my father's mother, Lena, was actually from half South African, half Sorowe, half Botswana. So they settled go Muchudi, but just across Mosporong. So most of the people by Longorda in the Gauteng region know that specific area. Kwamora. I did not grow up Kwamora. I was born and bred in Mahaburun. I was born in Princess Marina years ago. And I am number 3 of the 4 boys. My original 2 brothers, which are my birth brothers, passed away. And then I've got 2 brothers from my mom's sisters. Yes, sir. So I have cousin, as far as I know, they're my blood brothers, because that's how we've always grown. And I've got a little brother. His name is Ulibile.
Awesome stuff. Thank you for letting us know that. I've never heard that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know one of years and when I'm saying, you know, your brothers through and through.
Yeah.
And I think and that's so beautiful. I wish we could do more of that, you know what I mean? And so that we can have like wholesome kids, because you don't want to have kids feeling like they're missing out or they short something. So I'm very, very happy that you shared that. Another fact that Amanda Brown was here.
Yes.
And she's from Kwamora as well. I really didn't think this was a real place. It's like a hota in Muchudi. I swear. It's like, you're confident. No, Kwamora. It's like, where is that? You mean next to that little dam? So it's an actual place.
Hey! Have you noticed or local in Zal? All of you, so don't come for people back.
No, I'm just happy to see that there's actually people from there.
Yeah, no, it's a whole village, it's a whole community of people, and we are one completely with the district.
Definitely. So you went to school, which schools did you?
I went to Lisedin daycare when I
went there too.
When I was a youngin. This is why
my girl there.
Are you serious?
And I'm having a problem. Like I think, but Tabatiko school in something much Lisedin daycare center.
Independence Avenue.
Yeah.
Hey, just opposite the white people places.
So that's
that's a rook.
What? Listen,
So I went to Lisedin daycare center, and if you've noticed, I have a lisp. And the reason why Kibuya Seleme is when I was in Lisedin daycare center, you know, watching superhero movies and stuff like that, as a kid, you want to reenact a lot of things. You understand what I mean? So we've got DSTV at home. You know, I'm happy. There's things that I'm watching. There's Cartoon Networks and stuff like that. So during break time, I decided and then you can, it takes you from one point to the other.
Jumping jack.
I don't know what happened. All I know is I woke up, go marine.
Oh, monkey bar.
Kante hakiwa. Because I'm screaming. So I'm going to ask the cameraman to zoom in. So if you can look at my tongue.
What was zoom?
There's like a line. I mean, it's really good for oral sex, but I'm just saying.
No.
But
it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time.
You know how we do it? Anyway, so that's why we had to leave it 2 minutes. Because of that.
It nearly came off.
It was hanging by a thread. So the recovery process took longer, and then I had to go through speech therapy because I couldn't move my tongue, I couldn't talk, I was getting fed cut the tube. It was a very difficult. I still remember that pain, and then also seeing the pain on my mother's face. You know what I mean? Because you know when parents come and then it was a disaster.
But
that's why I have a list.
You know, under my watch,
it was a break time. Thought you can't blame teachers, guys. Accidents do happen. I'm with other boys, you understand what I mean? So it happened. So I went to Lisedin Daycare Center, then I graduated, went to Rainbow Primary School, graduated top of my class, then went to Rainbow High School, and also went to MAP for a period of a year because I wanted to get a certificate in acting at Komaro Apula, and then I didn't finish completely because my parents were going through like a financial crisis at the time, which I completely understand. Then I had to go back to Rainbow, which I openly welcomed it with open arms. So that's a little bit about my school in terms of the younger part of it. From Rainbow, that I went to Limpopo University. I have a degree in broadcasting. Then I went to UB to get a master's degree in broadcasting and journalism. Yeah.
What people don't understand is that you didn't just go to Limpopo, you are actually a valedictorian.
Yes, I was.
So for those who don't know what a valedictorian is a person who beats everyone's ass.
Yes, I did.
So you were the best. So you are like an academic.
I am, because I get it from my father.
Yeah.
We may not have a great relationship with my dad, but one thing I'm very grateful for, he's an academic of note. Like, one thing you cannot take away from him, he believes in the power of reading and not always on your laptop and stuff like that. He believes maybe pick up a book or a newspaper, understand what's going on, whether it's current affairs or whether this and that, so that you're in tune with whatever and you're able to get into a conversation when you're invited by somebody who's not popular, but somebody that's got influence. You'll be able to have a conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tell that to the youngsters. Not everything is about what's popping and, read a book. You
it's
can
crazy.
Just,
Hey, why you just to take a book and also to engage in conversations and not always be on your phone. I understand the world is changing.
Yeah.
Obviously, 30, 40 years ago, it wasn't the way it is now, or with what the internet has done, changed completely. But it happens. It is what it is.
So,
but I enjoy. I'm an academic. I have to give credit to that.
But then why do you guys always do this? Like, I think I saw Lati's, and I'm not comparing you to Lati in any way. He's a good kid, but like, he's also like a brilliant academic. But he chose
Lati
this life.
Mohawk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He put up like some of his previous
results.
It was A's and A's and A's.
Boys.
So I'm always wondering, why do you guys choose the hard route where you could easily have been a high achiever, gone to some other country to go and do, school and stuff? Why do you want to do this hard thing that has no, safety net?
For me,
which is
it's a calling.
Really.
For me, it's a calling. Growing up watching Yo TV, that changed my life. And then you graduate to see somebody like Vimesh on Gem Eli.
Yeah.
That changed my life. Because you're growing up in a country, one, that's landlocked. Two, they don't believe in entertainment.
Yeah.
Three, it's either hello kwasa or Mino Botswana, and then you become popular, but then you don't get rewarded financially.
Yeah.
So I wanted to turn it into a business and then change the way people perceive people like us. They used to call us, I think they still do, they call us talking heads. Because you're on radio or you're on television.
Yeah.
So I wanted to change that mindset completely.
Yeah.
So the very first time I fell in love with it was Yo TV, Libo Bob TV, Libo SABC One, where Vimesh was like such a big deal. And she's always been, and she will always be that one person I look up to in terms of delivery and energy. As a presenter, because she was authentic.
Yeah.
This is why you've got other people, they want to do stuff like her, but they fail because they can only be one VMS, it can only be one scar.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So I think when you really understand who you are and then you get inspiration, but find that specific thing that separates you from the rest, that's when you can become great. It hasn't been easy. It's been very difficult. I mean, I've been broke multiple times.
We'll get to the financial woes. We'll get to the financial woes. I want to get into, like, I'm trying to remember as far back as when I first saw you on TV and stuff. And it was because you were one of my mom's favorites.
Yeah.
You know what? To this day, I didn't tell her, I just can't wait until nice one. You know when people love you, like, when they don't even know you, but because of similarity, I guess maybe because now that space. And, seeing that, you can be all you want to be by just being confident in yourself. This confidence, we finally did get to meet you and see a lot of you at 2010 after your audition for My African Dream.
Yes.
Where did all that confidence come from?
My very first taste with, let's say, being on television was in 2008 when I auditioned for the #1 ladies detective agency, Maramotse.
And you got that role
too. And then in 2009 we started shooting. We first started off with the series, we started off with the movie, and then it turned into a series.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for Maramotse, and then I got the part where I was starring next to Jill Scott.
How did you find out about this interview? How did all of this happen?
There's a specific gentleman called Proctor. Proctor was a part of the audition.
Mike Proctor?
Not I keep forgetting his name. He's going to kill me.
And he gave you a break.
And he gave me a break. This deserves a shot.
Abigail, you're gonna have to tell me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get back to that.
All right, cool stuff.
Proctor knew a lady called Kariso Mapine. Kariso Mapine works at BTV.
Nomadic's older sister.
Nomadic's older sister.
Yeah.
She's my manager.
Yeah.
She's managed me since I was a lady.
To this day, she still manages you. What's up, KG?
Hi, KG.
Yeah, man.
So at the time, Nikki kibana advert there, My African Dream is looking for presenters. This is in end of 2008 to 2009, because they got an overwhelming large number of people that came to audition. And then I missed that mark. Babu, I want to know, because the Ole Festive, they'll bring it again beginning of the year.
Okay.
So then they played an advert. They're looking for extras for this upcoming movie. It's going to be the first one, international shot, Botswana, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'm watching. From 5.
Yeah.
I just got my license and I've got nothing to do. I'm still at home waiting to see what's going to happen. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just go and audition. Kata Tu, one of the legendary actors, producers, Botswana. She was the lady that taught me the dialect of how to speak the way they had wanted. You know that funny little
putting
tone.
That accent on.
Hey, that tone. So, sis
give us some. Come on, give us a little bit. Give us a little bit. How does a Botswana sound to Americans?
No, I don't even think it's a Botswana. They just call us Africans.
But why do they do that though? Like,
because I was in the interview like with Anthony Mingel and them, and I was talking like this guy, but you speak really well. I'm like, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, so when I got
my people shall fall together.
So there was another person this side who we're reading with. Yeah. So you exchange your words and there's cameras set up like this. So I don't know what he said. I make it. You have just missed the man. So Papa 2 minutes. But so I think it was the way in which I delivered that they said, there's something here. And I'd never acted before. So I auditioned and then I got that part. You're on set. At the time, I did not know who Idris Elba was. I'm still very young. One Desmond Dube. How do I one Anika Noni Rose, who starred with Beyonce and Dreamgirls? How do I one the director James Cameron came to do DOP.
Are you serious?
Yes.
James Cameron came.
He came to do DOP.
Titanic Avatar.
I'm telling you, you do your research. He came to do DOP, specific shots, because remember, this was the very first multi-million pula movie being shot internationally in a foreign country outside of Europe and America, which is where they shoot movies. So it was a big deal. So a lot of people were vying for this, wanting to shoot it. This is why Anthony Mingela got it, because, he wrote the book and other people as well. So the people were very, very present. You understand what I mean? So I'm
but there was a long library. It was enough content to sustain it.
And I'm young, I'm this kid. You're doing a table read. You're looking at Jill Scott, who's sitting next to me. I remember Anika from Dreamgirls. Desmond Dube. There's a lot going on in your mind.
Yeah.
And that was when everything broke inside of me. And everything started to make sense. Because I'm surrounded by all these white people who are calling the shots, but they're bowing down to all these black characters who are main characters in this movie that's been shot in my home country. And I've got a lead role, 6 lines. But I was the happiest because I was at a table read
with
legends, all these people. That's when everything changed for me.
I can imagine how that would do it.
That's when I said, I'm never looking back.
If I'm able to be here. Come on.
I never looked back, Scar. That's when I developed a thick skin. That's when I said, I'm not going to play with this opportunity. I don't know what God has in store for me. But
okay, because you are passing at school, this made it an easier situation at home.
It was very easy because also the shooting was happening. Had I already started varsity? No, I hadn't. The shooting was during the week, but then they would pick me up at home at around 5 o'clock in the morning. To show you what they treated me like a star. Even though there were bigger people that were there. On site, my mom's house, on site, we're going to shoot. As if you're going to Game City. There's that area. I don't know why the government of Botswana and the people that were in charge have let that place decay the way it
is destroyed. I think that's supposed to do something with it.
But it's a disaster. Because I think that
well.
could have turned into one of the most monumental historic places in Botswana. As much as we have a museum, you can, and you know where Nelson Mandela was staying during the apartheid era.
Yeah.
That place could be protected the way, it should have been protected. It's really quite sad.
I think it's because the ministry has youth, sports, and culture.
But your first movie was shot there.
I don't even think there was a ministry then.
But of that caliber.
I'm saying that's why a lot of the things that had no sustainability, because I think someone comes and then maybe it's that tender stuff that I'm always thinking of.
Yeah.
But there's no a legacy program after that. Just like with the World Cup of South Africa, you keep hearing okay, so what is the legacy project?
Yes.
What does this event happening going forward? We're gonna see this is the legacy of this event. So with ours, a lot of things happen here and they're once off, and whoever needs to get paid gets paid, and then
and it's quite sad because going back to South Africa, World Cup, the legacy it's very evident. Multiple stadiums were built.
To this day.
Millions of employment was created.
Yeah.
Different projects that were injected into the sports sector grew.
Yeah.
And as you continue to see what happens in South Africa in the sports sector, 90% of the people that are working there, whether it's on camera or behind the scenes, are black people.
Definitely.
That's the legacy that 2010 World Cup brought to South Africa. Definitely. Now in 2009, when this movie, which cost about 30 million, was shot in Botswana.
Did they break you any bread?
No, I still get my residue checks.
Hey.
Yeah, because it started in the UK. It premiered in the UK, and then it went to HBO in the US. So the reruns played a lot in the UK because it was a UK production.
But at least the paperwork was good.
The paperwork was good because it was the first. So I think there was a lot of back and forth that went into that to make sure I don't know what happened after that because I also still get my residue paycheck. With the extra more even in the series as well. Yeah, but it wasn't a lot of money because I think at the time per shoot because I shot for 3 days. I think I at the time I was getting 2.9 per hour.
Are you nuts? That's a lot of dough.
No, it wasn't, Scar.
Can I go like from 5 students who just got out of school?
Yeah, for me it was a lot of money.
It's a lot of dough.
But when you're not going to what the mama needs to tell me
where's the money?
Where the rest of my money at? The queen. I don't want to fight with you.
So you ultimately go on to do this big project. Now you got the confidence. Now you get into My African Dream.
Yes.
Between you and everyone else, Tota Hela, it was day and night. We loved you from the minute we saw you get on our screens. Was it difficult to audition for it, or because of the confidence that you had, you knew you had it?
I don't know, man. There was, in my honest opinion, I think God is very alive in me. Everything that I do, I approach with so much grace and gratitude. Keleka by all means to right where I'm wrong. I take constructive criticism very well. I don't fight. You understand? If I have to fight, I'm going to fight for something I truly believe in. Auditioning for My African Dream was a nightmare. I'm not going to lie to you. I was very young. It was a nightmare. I will never forget, and I'm going to name him because, there's no bad blood. We spoke about it a while ago, but I was a child.
Who was it?
Greg Lesibe. I remember his words very well. I remember him telling me I should go home, stop acting like a girl, because I do not have a career in this field. I should stop it. Maybe go and study. I can be a doctor. Guess what? That's why I never got Mankrane. Yeah. That thing crushed me, Scar. I was a kid.
Did he think it was a joke?
No, he was serious.
Was he dead serious?
Yes, because I had made it to the top 10.
Yeah.
But I was older than by 2 years. Because I was a part of that. For them to cut me out, Greg Lesibe was the one who said, there's no way we're going to put a guy who acts like a girl on TV.
So what do you think it was about him and you? He was what, homophobic? What was it?
Botswana, the topic of you being gay as a person is very taboo.
And putting him on TV.
And then you're on a national broadcaster that just recently launched 7-8 years ago. You're coming with a kids show. Their thing was they don't want you to influence the people that are watching. Or what is this? What are you? I remember very well.
But why say that to a kid though?
I don't know, but I think it also prepared me to also really create a bond with my mother and study and ask things and research and find find questions and answers about when somebody says this. You know what I mean?
What are they trying to get at?
Hey, what are you trying to say? Because I also thought maybe there's a fault within
yourself.
me. But for a grown man who I've admired for years, who was on television.
He was in Ghetto Flavor with Brando.
Absolutely.
He was a musician. Like, this is why I'm just hit her back. Because why would you say that to a kid?
No, but it's the truth. And he can't deny it because, I was young, but it's something that has haunted me for years before I decided to, sort of like close that chapter and then use it, all that, negative energy or whatever it is that he was saying, because I was still a baby. I was still a child. There's certain things you can say to a child and there's certain things you cannot say to a child. And those, that specifically was one thing, and I'm looking directly into the camera. We might have spoken about it, but I still hold you so accountable for how you played a role in me questioning myself a lot for many years.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And because we're speaking about it right now, it goes to show just how deep it cut. Hey, all right. So we get into
my
African dream. I don't like bullies. That's my problem. I hate bullies. Especially if you're going to bully kids. It doesn't make any sense. And this is why backwards, because we had individuals like that in buildings who thought that it was their, authority over everything else. And this is why I'm so happy that Fresh is a part of what's going on at the Department of Broadcasting Services right now, because you need someone with like a worldly view if you're going to be trying to do programming for different people across Lehad. So I want to get at what you feel personally really doesn't have to dictate what happens with an institution as big as a national broadcaster.
But it still happens to this day.
So it's very disgusting to think what it is, individuals within these buildings, these corridors,
and those are the people
like they can do this.
Who call the shots. Those are people who write your checks. Those are people who make the decisions. And once you speak up against that, you get blackballed, but we'll get into that. We have a long way.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. You could have been anywhere else, but you're hanging out with us right here on Podicast with our guest, Loungo Andre Pitse. But before we continue, are you looking to send your parcels from Botswana and South Africa? Expert Express Deliveries BW offers courier and logistics between Botswana and Joburg on a daily overnight express delivery basis at competitive prices. Visit www.expertexpress.co.bw for more information or to book a collection, or contact +267 7549 8811. That's +267 7549 8811. Or visit our office at plot 68303, Unit 1 at Pakalani Industrial. Expert Express Deliveries BW. Anything, anywhere, on time. Let's get back to our conversation with Loungo King B. I get a sound that means okay, so when you start doing it, because we loved you from the minute we saw you on your name, who was there to audition you for My African Dream? Why was it different now?
Okay, so it's a group of people. I think there was about 8 or 10 judges more in the studios.
What talents do they have?
I understand some of them. Remember go to BTV Elincha. But I think at that time I about 10 years or so, if I'm not mistaken. So there were a lot of these graduates that were coming from Australia. Broadcasting, and then the government reached out to say, instead of you guys looking for jobs outside, we have now a national broadcaster. Station.
Definitely.
Come show us what you guys have learned, which is the thing to do. Right now we start school, but if an offer makes sense, then you'll go home and say, okay, I'm going to apply what I've learned. So Kifulo wasn't there. I met Kifulo only when I was auditioning for Flava.
She was a bit younger by the time.
But I still remember what there was people like Megima Bechi, all those people. Those I'm still trying to remember the top of my head. But there was a group of people. I was number 1,008. I was number 875.
Jeez.
I think 875 or 857. I'm
in
not
the queue.
Yeah, to audition. Audition at 11 with zero. And we had been to BTV the whole morning from 7 o'clock. I saw there was also, who did I see? Prince Macheng was there, but he also got it.
Shout out Prince, man.
There was a lot of people also in the industry that I saw. Banaba auditioner.
Who went there with you? I want to know that.
My mom.
She stayed with you until
11. She was like, okay.
She's like,
good luck, baby. She took number at BTV to let them know how I let you.
So you fought for this thing, Loungo?
I did. I had something to prove, Scar, and I wasn't going to let it slip away from me. But one thing I love about my African Dream audition, I got the job on the spot. I was the first one to get the job on the spot. Others were called for callbacks. They offered me the job. Hey, the owner of my African Dream, Rosalind Bucas, she lives in PE, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, nobody saw that Vicky Sampson song.
Yes, yeah, my African Dream. Because they were friends. They grew up in South Africa together.
She used to come and perform it again.
Because no one listen to us. How can I Mulungu thing there are times where So yeah, that's how I got the job. She saw me auditioning. Even the people about auditioning, this one is different. We've never seen anything like this. And then they asked me to wait. And then I waited for about 10 minutes. And then Rosalind came to see me and 2 other people from Big TV. I don't remember who they are. Yeah. And they said, please come back on Monday so you can come get your offer letter. We're going to call your parents. So I did not know what that meant. So I let mama and then mama, I get because I think my cousin came to pick me up because it was late. Yeah. How do you look at TV? Come on Monday, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't understand. Yeah. So when I went back, I was being a shadow for the other presenters. Bodolo Mahowe, Prince Macheng, because they were looking for 2 boys and 2 girls. So then it gets a little Prince and then these 2 girls. So when I come, I wasn't told. I was thinking I'm auditioning. And then like in the
that's still auditioning.
They're auditioning. So to see as if how we're going to work together.
Did they know?
No, they didn't. Yeah, and it's the first time they're hearing this.
Hi
B, hi Level, hi Prince. It's the very first time they're hearing this. It's the honest truth.
Shit, entertainment business. Yeah, it's a tricky one. But then when you get into it, because kind of my African Dream, what people don't realize, that's really the first place where was a launching pad for a lot of what we now deem as the BW music industry. At first, when some of us were coming out, there wasn't a lot of urban youth music producers, people like After my African Dream finished, a couple of years later, you got your Chef Gustos's, you got
ATI.
No, go tell them.
ATI, Chef Gustos, ATI, Flazer, Ozzy, F. Teddy, Samantha Mowe. It was a lot. There was Impossibina, Deborah Cranwell, German Dollar.
Deborah was dancing.
And also there was a chick called Nelta with German Dollar because I went to school with him, Libo Zeus. And actually he was in the same era, Libo Zeus.
Rainbow.
So, and he's always been talented, but he was also behind the scenes. Great graphics designer. German, yes. And stuff like that. So both Zeus and them, you know, when we are seeing these people and you are watching them grow, it's mind-blowing. So we're from that pool of people. Then there was also your Izzies. There was also all these other people. You know, OBK and stuff like that. You understand what I mean? So that was our group. But then now I was a presenter. So I would see them do their talent and stuff like that. So I grew up in the
So
same
you
era
saw
with
them when they were like scared and just trying to do it.
ATI when the crowd was booing him. I saw all of that. And then he stood on that stage and he performed like his life depended on it. He was absolutely incredible.
This is what I'm talking about. I get the legacy again. What are we doing about my African Dream when it worked? And now it just dies into I got a sunset. It just dies.
People become selfish and people line their pockets first before any production.
So you feel it
happened. That's why they called me a couple of years later. We should come back. We try to look for new presenters and stuff like that. And I've never gotten a paycheck. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this.
How did your name, My African Dream, affect the trajectory of your career? How did it assist? Or
it assisted because it built my. I learned a lot from presenting. You know, I learned a lot how to. This thing I think outside the box and think on your feet was my African Dream. One, I'm 18, 19. 2, we're doing a live broadcast of the grand finale. There's ear monitors. There's a lapel. You understand? You are looking at a monitor, script, you need to make sure you are holding something.
Point.
It was a lot going on. I was a kid. Bonolo was probably 17 because I was the oldest out of all of them. Bonolo was 16, Prince was 17, Lebo was 17. So I'm trusted with this big project to lead. But thank God we had great people. Like I said, where white men is at times, there was a lot of counseling that was going on as well to teach us how to deal with fame and not to overreact and don't get a big head. And this is happening. They invested so much into making sure that they build characters because they're becoming, we were child stars basically. Yeah.
And this is why you need people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with kids.
Yes.
You know, you need people who know what. And that's why I was really, really proud of you guys every time I'd see you on the grand finale.
Yeah.
Because I could only imagine that I couldn't even do it. And I was like shook for you. These guys are so young, but they're really doing it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the way you are, your mannerisms.
Yes.
When they never called into question. I mean, you did this from 2010 until 2012.
Yeah.
What Greg saw, it never happened again. People never called you on your mannerisms because everyone, you know.
Hey, Scout, hey.
I just they just never let's just let them work.
No, I'm joking. Unfortunately, it happened. It happened multiple times, and it still does to this day in the industry. It happened when I auditioned for Flavor Dome.
2013.
No, I auditioned for Flavor Dome 2012.
2012, okay.
Yes.
After also.
My African team, the auditions at them completely because never go BTV or you can't be on 2 shows. Okay, no problem.
Why?
I will leave this one because I felt like I wanted to graduate now to a larger audience in terms of maturity. Okay, fine. It is end of May. I'm going to leave my African dream. Get like audition Flavor Dome. It happened during auditions.
We can laugh about it now, at least.
Yeah,
you know?
It's I can still laugh, but it's a little bit traumatic. It's still there's that little reaction at the back of my mind where in a society where they deem normalcy as somebody who is a specific way.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
I feel you.
It's just kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, It happened with my former boss, Go Flavor Dome.
Yeah.
Telling
you how to act?
Yeah, she kifilo ler. I'm not gonna hide.
Yeah.
I think also she also had a lot of pressure from Bahulan.
Yeah.
Why you putting this gay boy on this on this program? Remember, it was a program where there was the great stand-up movie.
Yeah.
Brilliant. She also created that for us.
The whole lane.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so there was like a thing. She was not playing, and it also there was Boni, there was Tabisona Asha, there was Steez, and then there was Mosa, and then there was Edgar. Yeah. Oh, Edgar's my cousin. Shout out goes out to him. He paved way. Kadijej Lee. Kadijej Lee.
I'm looking at Saul.
Yeah, no, it happened, cousin. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, right. No, it happened.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a whole debate. And when I got the job, I think maybe the producers also feared the backlash that came with the very first episode that I was on.
What did you do?
No.
You just presented?
Presenting. Mind you, people were accustomed to Mosa and Edgar for 6 years.
Yeah.
There's new faces. One is from a kid's show, trying to find his way. 2, Sadidi Khaka is brand new. They don't know her. So we hadn't presented together. We don't know what our energies are. Will the synergy be there or not? So the very first episode we are being introduced. I remember because I wasn't home, and I think where was I? Latimi at the time was in Kasani. He had a show. I was at home because they told us your episode is airing tomorrow. Don't respond to anything. Don't say anything. Actually, on Facebook or on social media, I'm like, yeah. And then I asked Sadi, they asked her that, and she told me no. They never said that to her. So clearly, they had anticipated the backlash. But she was, I think like I said, there were people above her that were pressurizing her. To me, she's always been good. You understand? So the episode is, and all hell broke loose. people from my mother's church. Facebook was ablaze. Banthoga. What is the Botswana turning into? I remember what the gay below Malatsingana Bana, the gay, but they were saying so many profound things.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this on my timeline.
In
You remember
real
with
time.
Facebook, you would type your name and then you would see what people are saying.
Searching for you.
Some of them in the industry. And now they're thinking that my friends, they always say hi to me, but they were cussing me the fuck out. It wasn't a joke. Sorry for cussing.
No.
for swearing.
Go ahead, man. This
Yeah.
is 18. You go have 18. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, it was tough.
Because we only get a version of you that's already in post-production. I get it. A lot of people didn't understand what you were carrying, because you're happy, you're on screen, and you're always happy. Why did you keep coming back? Like, even while they were harassing like that, and I know it's not easy, but like, why did you keep coming back, Papa? I'll give you a second.
Thanks, bruh.
No problem. I really didn't know. Because I get it, like I say, for every single time. We're always clowning, we're always having fun. But like, when you mention it now, it's just, mind-boggling what you were able to take it. And, you're still here though, Lou. You're still doing great things. We still love you. You've made some people very, very brave about being themselves, You've always had my back,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is why like it's go gantsi kwana grego ka nna e thola.
No, man, I'm 21.
Yeah.
I haven't really achieved much. I'm still in school.
Yeah.
I have a dream at the end of the day, and I'm seeing all these amazing kids in SA achieving so many goals at a young age. That was inspiration for me.
Yes, sir.
So my thing was, how do your own people turn your back on you?
Like that.
And you're on a national broadcaster. And I'm seeing these things and I can't keep away from them because you're updating stuff because you're also trying to build a fan base and people to support you. It was tough, Sky.
Yeah.
It's really painful.
Yeah.
It's something I will never get over. I will live with it, but when
tell.
people belittle you and people wish death upon you, it was a lot of things going on, Sky. Coming for a kid,
but
So
there was
the first episode and the first 2-3 months of Flavor Dome were the worst years of my life. Yeah, it was really tough, but I had to stick it out because as we continue to progress, it started to change, and a lot of corporates started engaging me, private companies, not government, because obviously with government they have a standard to uphold or a certain appearance. So now
it's called hypocrisy,
which is true. I'm on newspapers, I'm on social media. I trend every week for the wrong reasons, not for my presenting or for delivery. So everything started to change, which is my issue with some Batswana. And I'm saying some. The problem with our people, some of our people, is when you get international recognition from people that are not from Botswana, that's when people want to show you love. The very first beginning of the year of 2014 when Brandy came, Brandy Norwood, I interviewed Brandy because everybody was nervous. Most studio, how are we going to do this? I remember being in the cancel a show. She's a big star. Because people were nervous. People were very nervous. And then that was when everything changed. My first link introducing Brandy, she stopped the interview and she said, "You are on another level. Why are you still here? This is amazing." During the interview, so they didn't cut that out, they kept it in. So the whole interview, even at the end, It was a time Pineleaba Jokochaile is so big.
Yeah.
So at the end, as we are dancing, she then joins and she comes to me, and then we are dancing on the side, and then she says, "Don't give up. Like you are so good. I've seen presenters, but your style is completely different. I wish I can just take you to introduce to the international market." Second one interview, Casper on your vest, said exactly the same thing. Third, Boiti. This is all in 2014. Yeah. So that's when everything changed. With the most difficult year, which was 2013, beginning of 2014, everything changed completely. So when the song has changed because of those specific comments. When I went on Facebook after Brandy said that, I was trending, even on Twitter, I was trending and people were saying, this is probably one of the best presenters we've had, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it changed. It completely changed. And do you know what that did to me? It broke me into a million pieces. Because it said to me, I'm not good enough until somebody acknowledges me. Yeah.
I don't know why we're like that, though. You know? I mean, like I'm telling you, my mom has been your fan, like, forever. You know, because, like, she likes to think, like, she knows how to identify talent because...
Yeah.
So, so how we knew it from the first time we saw you, which is why every single time I like, I try to tell you that. Do you know what you possess, dog? Like it's phenomenal, and it's nice that they were able to see it. I remember like when I got an acknowledgement because of Johnny's Channel Awards and Bo Idols. Dude, I was a rock star in Kenya. I still am, I guess.
I know.
But like all across this whole continent, because we have it here. We just don't have, I don't know what it is, man. We don't have confidence in each other. But like, put us in any situation. Look at Palisa right now. Yourself, you went all the way up to that top billing thing. Look at Sinel.
Yeah.
Look at O'Neal.
Yeah.
Look at Fresh.
Yep.
You place Batswana in any situation, we flourish except here.
In our own country.
So I never understand what that is.
Batswana I don't know what I can, but some people Batswana ba nyatsana. But then I think it goes back to history as well. And stuff like that. And then what if you look at the way history was and how, you know, British came to colonize us and stuff like that. But all those things. You understand what I mean? So that thing trickled down to our forefathers went to our great parents. That's why we're taught Botswana. School standard 1 or 7 from 5 can I get a white collar job? How it's varsity? How and then you're going to be fine with getting 7.5 as a basic salary for the rest of your life, and then for the rest of your life, because with government you're able to get multiple loans and pay them off, and then you're going to build. You're only going to start living in those homes when you're 50, and then specifically when you're 50, and that's the wrong mindset. You understand?
Yeah.
Only the past couple of years now, Botswana have certainly started to diversify in terms of thinking capacity of saying, I want multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I've always said I refuse to get paid 12 times a year.
Yeah.
That one I'm not going to do, Scar.
Yeah.
Okay, it became a check.
So
in a year, 365 days, it's 12 paychecks, and I'm comfortable with that. We have a problem.
You know what frustrates me is because those are the people that are making these decisions that affect you.
Yeah.
The people within. I love the civil service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there is the word service. So I want to get at, you have to know what you're working for your country to better your country. But it doesn't mean what in certain areas you have expertise in, or you can be able to talk to, let's say, creatives in the same tone that you have within your institution.
Because how it's all graduate, how it's in. What people will tell you, don't think you're coming to change the world with your degree. And that is a horrible mindset. It's something that's been happening for years, Scar. But it's been going on for years.
As a broadcaster, what type of mindset change do you wish the government will be, getting into? Because ever since it got launched, all I see is the advert.
Yeah.
How should we change the mindset of Batswana so that it's more accommodating and it's much more productive than just waiting on 12 checks a year?
The people that are in charge, Scar. It's simple as that. Government or whether it's private. There are people that are in positions of power that tend to forget what those roles are not permanent.
Yeah.
You are very much replaceable.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody might have a personal agenda with you and not give you a tender, but I say, you're so good and you will deliver, or give you that job. Because Batswana had like a and from what I've seen and I've observed, and I'm not saying all of them,
not all.
And why any? You understand what I mean? So who are you?
Hey.
Basically, that's the thing. That's why some Batswana praise international performers and great people that are doing amazing things outside. Millie they're doing exactly the same thing, and they will never celebrate their own. It's only a handful of people that will celebrate you to the core and love you. But unfortunately, that does not translate to money. These things cost money. And for us to be able to perform at our optimum peak, we need to be dressed in a certain way. We need to compete a certain way. And how do we compete on that level? Because your own people don't support you. And then how you're an asshole.
This nigga's been on for like 4 months. You know what I mean?
And he's got a following and young people that love and adore him.
And adore him and buy stuff.
No, and you're not being, but you're telling the truth. And we'll support you South Africans and Batswana. Of course. That's why I know how the one also the MC, but somebody from internet. Woo! Wow, they're gonna praise, and then when they put up your picture, your own people, and then you're thinking of the caliber of production and presentation. Let that specific person, not that I like to compete. I've got no time for that because I compete with myself. You can never, ever cripple me, but Batswana really do cripple each other.
Ash, man. Intro ya show South Africa. I want to talk a little bit about Flava. I know we don't have a lot of time.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
I want to talk a little bit about Flava, about some of your favorite times within Flava, and because I can tell the lows were at the very beginning, but I'm sure there've been some high highs.
No, absolutely. Flava also gave me the confidence to go and audition for Top Billing, and the presenter search at SABC3. There were about 11,000 people auditioned, made it to the top 30, top 25, top 20, top 10.
You made it to the top 10?
I was supposed to go to Mauritius for top 10, but I did not have papers to work in SA. I tried to speak to the government, somebody to assist. After this, I'll be able to come back home and still work and stuff like that, but never got help. And then I had to forfeit. I'm telling you. That's a true story that I will forever tell, because that's a personal agenda I have towards my people, because that for me should have been a defining moment. But then I also believe in God. God not now.
Not right
what
now.
I'm preparing for you is larger than you could have ever imagined. So I thank him for that process. But then also it opened my eyes to a lot of, I'm never going to start asking for opportunities I'm going to create for myself. Yeah.
Definitely, because I was wondering what happened to it, because you never spoke about it that much.
It was too painful to talk about.
So what? Because Petula was here also.
Yes,
and she had her contract at YFM.
Yeah,
but that documentation. Yes,
I can happen with Petula. The husband got a job that side, so she's married. So obviously but she's very talented. She's got a wonderful voice. So I don't know, but also with what I've noticed with SA, if you're not one of their own, at times it's not going to be easy for you to say. It's either you're going to have like multiple connections at the highest authority, or you don't, or they're going to create like a small role for you in what is a Setswana speaking, not Tswana speaking role, and then you can get it as a Motswana. You understand what I mean? And then when your contract is up, it's a wrap. You understand what I mean? So it's a thing that has been happening for many years. And it's very hard for us to penetrate South Africa, by the way.
It's almost impossible at this point in time, because I'm trying to figure out why are we so accepting of them and they're not of us.
And that's a very big question that we should be asking our own people as well. Yeah, but this is a conversation we also need to be having with the people which are the powers that be in South Africa. You make these decisions. Why are you not allowing Batswana to come work here as we allow Batswana to come and perform and work this side? It's only 2-3 people can go and work in SA and perform and then come back home. You understand what I mean? But it's rare for you to hear Motswana go to Berakakwana, Ibile that on a large scale with a big paycheck. Unless maybe you're a doctor and you're on like a 2-year situation thing and they need your services. You understand
but that's what I always say to even accountants and like medical practitioner. I get about artist. When I get to blow South Africa, and then I'm like, nigga, why don't you take your skills and go compete in a bigger market too? But then like you're saying, it's probably because it's not that easy for them to get in as well.
Yeah.
As far as like working visas and stuff.
But can I just clarify one thing?
Yep.
I think for a long time we've placed South Africa as the go-to country, as if it's like the LA, which is in California, which is Hollywood of the world.
Yeah.
That opened my eyes to say there are countries in Africa that are massive.
Blind.
The success rate is not even a third of what we think South Africans can do. Yeah, like it's on another level. Places like Ghana, Tanzania, places like Kenya, places like Nigeria, and we turn a blind eye to those countries. And say, hi, my name is what?
Yeah.
This is what I do. How can you help me? How can we create something? We don't do stuff like that because the only country we ever compare ourselves to is South Africa.
But you know why that is?
Yeah.
It's because of
how we
never
grew
mind
up.
proximity.
Yeah.
But also because of media.
Yes.
I mean, that's why we ended up rapping. America was feeding us hip hop.
Yeah.
So right now, what do we chow on? South African content.
But it's because of how it was set up, Scar.
No, netani programming, broadcasting.
Hence why
every channel
Bob TV
from Bob
SABC
TV
one.
Even
You
TV
understand?
one,
Thank you.
Hey.
So what we saw growing up, what we've seen growing up, I beg your pardon, is what has been placed in our mindset, and it's something that will never go away because that's what we consumed for years and years. We don't even consume BTV the way we consume your SABCs because they said to us that is the proper content that you should be consuming.
That's how it should be. 7:30 there should be a soapy.
You understand what I mean? Hey, so there's no way. Even the way we talk, people rap and they want to rap in Vanagasu Zulu or
Pretoria right now.
Pretoria, that's what's in. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, I remember growing up and watching TV and there was a commercial, Yalax.
Yeah.
And then the person in that commercial who was starting was Hunter Tyler, who was playing Taylor. More the Bold and the Beautiful.
No, Days of Our Lives.
No, Taylor was on the Bold.
Oh, Taylor was on the board. What a reach.
I'm the gay here. I know. I watch these things. Stop it. As Batswana say, yeah, the gay.
Yeah, the gay here, wait.
Yeah, the gay. That's gay. You guys owe me an apology. You know Batswana owe me an apology. I'm telling you. So you watch that commercial. She's personified as beautiful. But people, this is my example. We would rather go to what has been sold on mainstream media. What this is the best. Our own production, and you will not buy it.
In Broadhurst.
Thank you. I rest my case.
And you know what was crazy? I think I showed my lady the building at the I think now it's Molep's Poultry.
Yes.
And I used to live on Nakakota, and I'm trying to wonder what happened to Molorai.
It died out because of what we were consuming and what we were taught. This is the right way. Hey, that's what in Nivea go. And the other one, you can't even do anything. Hey, Natalia,
no, Coco Batanya.
Yeah, of course, Coco Bat is the bomb.
I'm gonna run away from the Flavor Dome stuff because the top billing because how did you even find out about this presenter search?
Social media. Yes, that's what I use social media for. And then I saw the requirements. I knew that they only wanted South Africans or somebody who had papers to work in SA. But I got on that bus and said, "You never know.
You never know."
I got to Wanderers Stadium, and it was packed. And I was there at 4:45 in the morning.
And I'm sure there's white people also.
It was a lot of white people. It was a lot of coloreds. It was a lot of Zulus because they wanted multilingual speaking people. It was a lot of Xhosas because they were looking for 3 presenters for 3 shows. Espresso on SABC3, Afternoon Express on SABC3, and Top Billing. So I had auditioned for all of them and I passed all of them. They were like, you can fit in anything. So... And then I met the guys that are on right now. Danilo, I think he's on Afternoon Express. Yes, Nikanale, and then because
isn't it based in Cape Town?
Afternoon Express and Espresso is based in Cape Town. Yes, and then Top Billing, it's based in Joburg and Cape Town, depending where location shoot is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that sounds like an experience and a half. So
it was everything and more. I will never trade it for anything. So it changed my life.
Our producer has a question here for you about you experience shooting a show from a country that's so well resourced in entertainment and broadcasting space. Where did you see the need to improve in our own country?
Everything.
Because it's a lot.
Everything. everything from script writing.
And we're going to see it in our lifetime. Limco is out here training our script writers, camera people, but I think you're not capital. But do you think we're going to see any type of change in our lifetime?
That's what ruins and kills people's motivation. People like Soli and them, you know, I've known their work for years, and they've been very consistent. Yeah. And there are days where I'm sure when they get frustrated because sometimes a paycheck doesn't reflect the hours you've worked.
Definitely.
You've got responsibilities. There's people on set. There's family. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the only thing that really pushes you is the drive and the passion to achieve the specific goal that you have. I think it's going to take probably another 10 years for probably even more for us to even say we're halfway or even a third of way into making sure that our production is at that level.
Because you know some people at the mass media building, you know, what is this Steve Harvey thing?
Oh yes. I
what
saw
is
that.
it?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think they're doing as someone who's been within the confines of that area?
I have
do you
no
think
idea.
It's going to change anything?
I have no idea. All I know is apparently he was paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Maybe he's coming here to sort of like I don't know what he's going to exactly teach.
Yeah.
Because he's not exactly the best presenter. He's got a great personality that he backs up. And also he's got a great team around him. That's what I think I love about Steve Harvey, because the interaction that we had, he's got a great team. And I always say, without a team, you can't do anything on your own. Yeah. So I think maybe he's coming here to... Maybe Ruta somewhat, I don't know. It's something that I've never really looked into because I've never really seen the point of it. But obviously, you know, the people that are up there, they have a specific agenda they want to achieve. Yeah. All I'm hoping is, let me tell you something about BTV. Probably world-class equipment. Am I lying? BTV probably has the best equipment.
We've heard that story for years and years and years. We want product.
But that's what I'm saying.
Hey, but
they've got the best equipment.
Look,
but there's no way you are going to go get Mama Leboro, who is 89 years old. Hey, am I going to see the red light? White paper balance.
White balance.
My God, guys, in 2024.
Why do they still stand behind those cameras? Because they're stationary. They're not moving. Why do you stand behind the camera like this? Anyway, listen, I'm not trying to diss.
I love my country. I really do. But I just think we really need a reset.
Yeah,
we really need a reset, especially when it comes to performing arts. Because we are really shunned aside. Think about
ourselves.
it. Hey, so we really are. So, but Mama Leboro, my girl. No. Yeah, no. It's empowerment, but no.
I want to get into a topic I guess everyone has been, well, not waiting to hear, but they knew I was going to get to it.
Yeah.
The Arna FM, well,
that bastard.
How did they find you twice? And because, let me read what the prep says. You got fired twice at Arna FM because he was outspoken, and some viewers were not happy with that. He's currently with the station. Was this taken from an article?
Yes, I think that was an article, yeah.
Hey, so you got fired because the listeners were complaining?
According to them.
What?
So which one exactly? Because I got fired twice, and then the third one I left.
Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know how. Okay, break it down. Remember
I started on your show with Penyo. Kile Shadow. This is years ago. That was fine. I didn't have an issue. So
who was the PM then? The programs manager.
David Mwepe. Hey.
Is he okay? No, he's okay. He's making dough.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, so
no, that's fine. It's just that I never forgave him for what he did.
Neither did Mbuduzi.
Yeah, but I mean, I like him, but
he's gonna watch this.
No, I don't give a shit. He's full of shit. I don't care for that nigga. I put him in the same category as those guys, Greg. Yeah, because he fired me because he said that I'm gay. Yeah. And no, programs manager at the time was Uyapo, Big Duke. And this man, David Mopin was the CEO
he was
of
CEO at the time.
Yeah.
At the time he was
I remember
CEO.
I got a letter when I got off air. Hey.
But okay,
And then I asked the reason, and I was did Rabantobel. No, got the boss man out of you are just too gay.
No, paint this picture for me. You come into whose office and he
Programs manager
brave enough.
Uyapo gave me the letter. What unfortunately, imagine on a Friday. He was just doing his job.
Yeah.
This was a direct it looked him. I thought, but there's certain people that have issues with who you are. You know what I'm talking about. So when somebody says you know what I'm talking about,
no, you should have put him on the stake. You say,
Yeah,
nigga, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Scar.
So you can say it. Say it.
Like,
Say it. Say it, nigga. Ow. A lot of the time.
Yeah, no, they do, and then they send people to be like the scapegoat. But yeah,
Was this the first or the second time?
That was the first time.
Are we gonna go through all of
Yeah.
them?
And then it was the second time. Second time they want me to do a stand in. And then I think the time you guys had gone to a retreat. Because I show her minks. I think she was doing a weekend show. Yes. That's how. And then on Monday they're like, no.
Okay, so the third time
Monday.
you bounced.
30 days later. 30 days later, the evening show because she was graduating from the evening show, Saturday and Sunday. Was it the evening show? No. And then we started doing the evening show during the week.
I love that show.
Still to this day one of my favorites.
Because I don't understand how you guys got broken apart. Because you moved to another show or what?
Yes,
It was because you then moved to.
No, they also dismissed Minx. There was a time back there was like another CEO that came in about Kubaba too. And then I was fortunate enough for Sala. And then they gave me the mid-morning show.
So who did your training?
Owen did my training.
Owen
did my training. Uyapa did my training.
Yeah.
Who else? Boni did my training. Yeah, all those programs managers did my training.
So what was different between now being in front of the camera and now being behind the microphone?
There's not a lot of pressure because with being behind the mic, you tell your story just using your voice and you paint a picture. Your imaginary senses come to life. Whereas when you're in front of the camera, it's a lot of pressure. There's a certain angle, the way you stand, the way you pose. So with radio, people fall in love with the stories, with the voice on the box somewhere across the world. And then you create that. Yeah.
Coming through the speaker.
Yeah, but then I was lucky enough because a lot of my followers, the people that love what I do, had seen me on television and they've grown up with me. And then that's why they made my shows become, top rated.
But you did a lot of prepping that I can give you props for because your prep was always impeccable.
One of them is she's really good at that one. She was also a producer.
That's why she's
brilliant. Yeah.
She's amazing. She's amazing with it. But then now, how would you explain your time at Yarn FM and what it did for your career?
Wonderful platform, great escape, shit paycheck, no benefits. Great environment with the right people. A lot of backstabbing from sales department and other managers. A lot of this is my space type of you found me here, you're going to leave me here from management. Being very nonchalant about issues.
Yeah.
But other than that, the platform was so amazing.
Yeah.
It opened doors for me that I never thought I could ever enter because of that. But also, I backed that up with television because it was on a larger scale.
Definitely.
Remember, Botswana television was throughout the 4 corners of the country. Yarn FM was in about 7-8 places only. Yeah. But people fell in love with Loungo first on television.
Yeah.
So I will never take that away from Yarn FM. Very toxic work environment, horrible leadership. And I pray that they find peace.
Yeah.
I really do. I really pray they find peace, and I forgive each and every one of them who have done me wrong.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're alone there.
Make I do. I
No,
do.
forgiveness had to freeze up your blessings.
Yeah.
I was praying about it yesterday. I keep praying about this
Yeah.
stuff, man. I just don't know if I will, though.
I
Like,
do, except
forgive.
for one. But yeah, I do. Yeah.
I want to talk about that, though. Let's talk about money.
Yeah.
And let's just give people a perspective about like how money works in those environments. Because I think sometimes they hire people young so that they don't pay them.
And then they take advantage of it.
And then they take
course,
advantage
yeah.
of it. So, what would you rather, if you had to sign a partnership agreement with the radio station right now? Because right now I don't think they're giving out salaries. If you were ever to get back, do you ever want to be back on the medium?
There's 3 radio stations that are vying for me. I'm just waiting
So what
for
type
them
of
to give
agreement
me.
what would you rather have from the sales? Let's say from the sales package, what would you prefer for the talent to get? Because as it stands right now, man, it's daylight robbery. People are the minimum salary thing. I think some of these kids are running around about 7.5 about.
Huh?
Or even lower. I got 5 so that they could split my thing in 3 ways. I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
I know exactly what's cutting.
Yeah.
So when then the sales, you go buy, you go and cop, let's say, Bottega, you get 5%.
It's crazy. So
So
this
what
is,
would be a fair arrangement? Like, what do you think? So that at least whoever's watching this, they can negotiate properly, because you're gonna get popular, but you're gonna be broke.
Yes. And
And
this
you're
is
gonna
the
be depressed.
problem with these young up and coming young guys that are really good. They
They're
have
very
something so
amazing.
exciting, but they get robbed. One, with where the radio is right now across the world, this is something we did not know for a very long time. That's why people were just comfortable with basic salaries. One, you're supposed to get a basic salary either way.
Yeah.
That basic salary needs to be something that's going to sustain you. 2, when you bring a sponsor that's coming onto your show, you need to have a liable way, about 20 or 30%. I don't know what exactly the rate is, Botswana.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get a
I think
certain
in 5
percentage.
or 10.
Probably 10, 20.
But
like
every
sure.
after,
Yeah.
but ba go tsenyetsa boripana ba teng, bonyenyana ba teng on your salary.
Gape
Ha o
ba tla ka
utlwela-
dipuo, ba go kgwebera ka
Ai,
dipuo.
monna, go
Eh,
teng le nngwe ha nka ke ra go neela this month.
Yeah,
So-
but you're supposed to get a basic salary. And this is why, when you think about it, Anne Lemdod, 947 in South Africa, 5 years in a row, highest paid radio presenter in history. 5 years in a row. Her show is sponsored by Audi. And if she brings that sponsor, for example, 500,000, she's probably getting 10-15% of that.
Yeah.
And she's getting a basic salary with benefits.
Yeah.
You understand? Also, if your station does not support your own presenters or the on-air talent, how is the station going to grow? 947 sent Anela to the Grammys. Do you understand what I mean?
I bet she's glowed up. Sorry, man.
Do you understand what I mean?
Hey, why also it's Anele? Can't we read it? Madi a gona go change.
Madi nana. Bayana ba pagama ba take you in. Oh, nka bona.
What BBL?
Na go kapala ka July.
So
Ya
that's
go
what
banka ya mpa.
people was napa section and shit.
Hey,
In
ha bona
Turkey.
te jang? Ka go pagama plane papa.
Wa bo bolelisa ba se.
Me ka go bolelela. Ha ke sna 6 pack ka end of winter.
But
ka
you're a
tsamaika.
gym person though.
Ke tebe
Like,
ke clear scar na le mathata.
or are gym ha ka
Oh,
gona.
ga re ne le monate na re le mathata.
Hey, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a very tumultuous relationship with the RNFM. You were there.
Yes.
For some of the
your last
the
departure.
last days.
Yeah.
I-
Which was a lie, by the way. Let's just clarify. I was there.
Okay.
There was no way. Yeah. I've always wanted to say that on air,
Papa.
where there's people around.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did not threaten that person with anything. We were all there. That was a lie. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Ke a leboha. Gore a re be modira.
No, it's the truth, yeah.
Because people ba kgona go tsaya gore ke a find out.
No, it's fine.
And as I want to wrap it up. So what do you think is they need to do to better that situation for the people who work there?
Go Yarn FM. I don't know. I will forever love Yarn FM, but I think their time has elapsed. I think maybe if they sell the station or maybe get new management altogether, people that are serious about that broadcast channel, they can possibly turn it around and turn it into a multi-million pula cash cow that's going to change the lives of how entertainment is done. But for now, Yarn FM is the pits, and I'm sad that there's other talented people that are still there. By long haul, they don't see the light, but maybe the light is them using the platform to get gigs and other things. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I will support them. I'll back them up.
Yeah.
They've never done anything to me, but it's a horrible work environment.
Yeah.
Very toxic, and I don't wish anyone that sort of experience that some of us have been through.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get off it and get into what pays the bills, which is you being an amazing, amazing MC. You've even got to work with Pearl Tusi. God, Pearl Tusi.
Come on. Bonang.
I don't know why Pearl.
Because of Yarnet,
because of
such
Yarnet
platforms,
film.
yes.
Yeah, so you got to work with Bonang, and she had all good things to say about you.
Yes.
The MC industry, you know, well, you've done Miss Botswana, you've done what's this one, Miss Botswana Fashion Show as well. You've done this F&B, a lot of F&B work. I want to talk about that. Like, for you, does it really cover the bills? Like, is it an industry within itself? Like, how is it being an MC? Can you say I'm an MC and I'm MC, or do you need to, you know, subsidize with other things like that? How is the industry?
For me, I'm an MC, and it pays my bills. If you see me at an event and I'm not working, that means I'm just there to have fun. If you see me at an event and I'm working, know that I'm paid very well. I'm very specific with my contractual obligation, my NDAs as well, because one thing I've discovered over the years, the promoter Botswana, this thing to pit people together and then say, but Sky and on charge type of situation. You understand what I mean? So I've cut people out of my life because of that, and I'm very straightforward about that. You understand what I mean? But with some of the MCs that we currently have that are doing that thing, I'm glad they're doing that thing. But some of them are the ones that are killing the industry because they're also very much underpaid. So what about the makeup? What about the hair? What about your team? You understand what I mean? So it's a lot. It's very painful. So when somebody like myself who's brave enough to speak about it in an open platform, I know for a fact what's going to happen after this. I'm probably never going to get a booking, which is fine. I don't have an issue. I've got other things that I'm doing that I'm very good at. I don't have to publicize them because this is what I thought a long time ago. So there's certain things I keep away from the public eye. But I'm an MC. If I MC, no, I'm paid very well. Definitely. Because I'm a business. First, I'm a business first. And if you say we're negotiating, I don't mind. But I need you to sign a contract to say your future project, and I need a certain percentage type of situation. And I'm moving forward. Other than that, I won't do it.
Okay. What about the gigs? Because you used to be at the gigs.
Yeah.
There's
a reason why I stopped.
Transition from the gigs, because it's very hard for people to do that. At the gigs, and you were able to balance it. I don't know if it was the clothes, was it the lisp? I don't know, but you were able to like run on that edge.
I was hungry.
To perfection. To perfection. Anyone who's looking to do that, like how did you manage to do it? Like that?
I decided to really understand and study my audience. Yeah, there's a difference. When I walk into a room, I read the room first. I study the audience. Then I know there's a certain line I do not cross. There's a certain line I go after. And there's a certain way in which I deliver. And then if it's Mozobozoba, I know it's a different story. And then if it's a corporate world, I know it's a different story. So I've learned to balance that. And it's only a handful of us in Botswana who can do that. And I will never take away from the guys that are currently doing it. They are doing very well for themselves. But MCing goes a long way. It's preparation. It's studying. It's understanding the brand. It's being the brand for the night or whatever it is. It's saying the right things at the right time and making sure the delivery is up to standard. But other than that, if you're not on one of those, then you will never survive.
You got a top 5? Actually,
top 5 of
MCs
in Botswana.
Or even should we do an all-time?
No, it's fine. You can
just give me a top 5. When we say top 5, just give me a top 5 of currently, really.
Currently. I don't follow a lot of people, I have to admit. Okay. So people who appear to be doing well, I've worked with her because we've grown up together, together. But I think if we clear, so we have a really good bond. Go. I'm joking. No, that's my girl. Botswana 2015, 2014. She was my MC of choice. Which girl would I want? So I like her poise. She's very glamorous. She's fabulous. Very much. Lovely girl. That's in the corporate sector. I think Kauna Dintwa. I think she's also somebody who I really like. She takes her brand very seriously.
Definitely.
Well, am I allowed to be in the... Okay, I'm number
You
one.
can put
Let's
yourself
not even
in
go
the
there.
list. Hey, come
no,
on
no,
now.
I'm not going to put myself on the list because I'm
You're
the king,
number one.
darling.
Come on, that can be.
You know, I'm the king, darling. I think... Who else? Penyo Moroka for me in the corporate sector.
Definitely.
He's got that thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? He's got a great voice. It's very large, very demanding.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Definitely. That's Stellenbosch English.
Stellenbosch English. Who else is out here?
Cricket.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, he's got a market niche that he's discovered for himself.
He's brilliant though. That kid.
He's very funny. Oh, he's my cousin, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's in the blood. But he's innovative.
Yeah, it's very. He invents himself. He found a market and decided to do something about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know his finances.
Yeah.
I think he's getting his money. I hope he is.
I saw the
But
car.
he's got his own thing going on. I'm very proud of him. So shout out goes out to him. And then obviously Sadidi Khaka for me. We've always had a great relationship. We work really well together.
Definitely.
And I don't know who else.
That's 5 again.
Yeah,
I think
is
we
that
got
5?
5. Yeah. I think we got 5.
Yeah.
I think and in these last 5 minutes, I think I've asked enough again. Can I get to a little Because like I think
No, but don't worry. We can go on.
Hey. Let's talk about love, nigga.
What about love, nigga? Ever since usual, ever since now you want to all of a sudden talk about love. He hated love.
I hated love. You know I hated love. Are you in love? Are you
You're doing
okay?
well, honey.
Are you in love?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Okay, let's start here because just like one about
I'm in love.
You're in love?
Yeah.
Okay, no ma.
Hey, get a 14 Hey!
Is it the same one you were with the last
No,
time?
never. How dare you?
What happened there?
Yo, Tala, who would have thought I would be a Kruger in my life? I'm a whole Kruger. These youngins. Oh.
How young is young?
Hey, Ska.
You gotta
No, I'm joking. He's cool, peeps.
before I
have
go to
somebody.
look at polele ruru gona nyana. Gona le
No,
aging
what's up,
one.
Olosha?
Hey man, gona le aging one. Go we if I didn't have my girl, I don't know what I'd do. Gona le aging any about 20 something to Tabanko.
Hey, we sort of get say blood pressure because no,
I never know what you guys are trying to do over there.
He's 26,
Okay.
turning 27.
Okay.
He has his own job.
Lena get hit that you got 10.
Hey, man, I'm about to confuse away.
Can I get 9?
Me na ke botoka because wa me gano wa bona wa me gano so ha re dule ke ne ke na ke bo kapile 2 minutes ke bala gore so khona go ntsa di video phakala ba nthomela o mogatsa ke tota wa bona ore so it's kind of cute because I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
But ke ratwa ke bana ska. That's my problem. Ke ratwa ke young people.
Because you keep yourself intact. You know, but at the same time,
They need to come with title deeds and millions. I'm tired of taking care of myself.
I'm trying to figure out what happened with the last relationship because you were smitten.
First of all, Laurel and Solomon know about the story, so I don't want to go about it. Yeah, because we've shot something at your house before. You remember 10 questions or something, so they know, and I don't want to get into it.
Hey,
Come on.
ow, but to shame, man.
Ka bitsega,
Ow.
ka bopama, ka nona. We've spoken once or twice before, this past year, last year.
But don't you get scared to move on then?
Oh, no.
Don't you have like the Tramanyana thing? Yeah.
I'm a believer. I love love.
You love love.
I love love. My love language is great company.
Yeah.
Great food.
Yeah.
Talking about the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, as well with this current one, I don't have to dim my light to accommodate him. Mm-hmm. He's very present. He's very secure.
Yeah.
But also he's in a different environment in terms of work. He's in the corporate space.
Okay.
And then I'm in entertainment.
Yeah.
So these are two different worlds. Where we started, it was quite difficult because now I say, sorry, how does he then balance it, or how do I balance it? But also, like I said, ke mo sabata. Saturday ga go clean nana ke ja hele be ke khopala. Ga no bo jalo ke nna ke tshwana ke bophoga. Ba bona ra bo sega nana. O ke motho le go ntshella tota. So ga ke itse ra o la khetse sengwanyana gore wa intebaganya ba ga ke mind. Hangana ga ke mind. But yeah, no, I'm in a good space in terms of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
I will always say this, and I will say it. My career comes first.
Yeah.
There's specific avenues of my career that I want to explore, that I want to achieve. I still want to go to Hollywood. I still believe I'm going to be the first Botswana to host the Oscars or the Grammys.
Just go.
I want to create opportunities for those around me and the ones that are going to come after me, for them to go through a proper channel of the industry that has got its good side and its bad side. But with the right team and the right people, there's a way in which people can achieve their goals and change their lives. Yeah.
I don't know if you understand like what you did for a lot of young boys in Botswana.
Yeah.
In a time where you couldn't be yourself as a person. Do you ever look around and look at your timelines and see the IGs and see how happily out there these niggas is?
How rainbow.
Oh, no, zesty.
Well,
it's beautiful because now I love people living that truth.
Yeah.
You know. But like, have you seen, like,
I don't know. I do not know.
Because you were there first. Like, you were the one who everyone was questioning all the time.
People don't know. Like, one thing about me that people don't know, I throw hands, and I'm really good at it. But I'm a very down-to-earth person. I'm funny as fuck, but do not. When you get to me, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my family, and do not question my manhood.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the price of bread. But how about the hell?
Yeah.
Then I will show you what a man is. Okay, so with that guy, but you know, people like Shantilo for me. In the jazz music space were the first openly queer people that I saw.
Yeah.
And I was like, so clearly I'm not disabled in any some sort of way.
Yeah.
You understand? But I'd never got into the industry saying, this is going to be my mantra. I'm a gay person, I'm going to be the first one. And funny enough, Scar, I've never said on any social media platform or online that I was gay. So, shout out goes out to Pudi.
Yes, that's your Podicast, Papa.
Podicast.
Thank you so much.
Because you're the first person for me to say that.
Yeah.
Because also when my sister ATI came out. when my baby sis ATI came out, I was like, the biggest star in Botswana is very comfortable.
Very much.
So that means I'm going to be comfortable. And but I mean, he's always known, I've always known. Well, like, we're very close. That's one in the industry besides you.
Yeah.
You know, I can call you about anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we haven't spoken in a while, but I mean, you're one person I can, you know, besides you, besides Minx, besides Drew, other people and my best friends, Kaho, TK, your Lillians, you know, Charity, those are the people that I hold dear to my heart. And beside my mother,
Definitely.
ATI is one person I can talk to about anything. And
Definitely.
It's a relationship. I don't even call him ATI. Give me that sound completely.
Yeah.
But even when we're in the UK together, Maloba, like our bond just grew because we spoke about everything and anything, business-wise and everything. So he's one person who I absolutely love and admire.
And I'm happy he seems like he's in a very good space right now.
How's your more closer thing?
Freedom!
Oh, kogala di leather bag, you kogala di take, di kausu, hello, I know they're gonna come after me this because the first time I've ever said it, but it's
I
okay.
love that you did.
It's whatever. Yeah.
It's like there's a level of like you can breathe.
Yeah.
Because like I'm saying, there's a lot going on. Me and Abby were at the BK Proctor Collections by BK Proctor launch there. Hey.
Yeah.
everyone is living that truth.
Which is good.
I just don't like it when dudes smack me when they know that I'm, I'm straight. And
you're a thug.
No, that's the problem. They'll see.
They see a thug.
And he once embarrassed me to real Mogo Francis Town. I don't know if he was ready to. I think Uboniska. And then you were in the car, Len. And then, this is my car. Some back in the day though. Who's this dude? Like this colored dude. This is
my ex-boyfriend.
Hey.
Hey.
By the way, this is my boyfriend. We saw my car.
Yeah, because you know why?
He wasn't ready.
No, do you know why? He's loved you all his life. Music-wise, why told this is Scar. So to me, I'm my brother, Rebecca Roche. So, hey, Scar, that's my boy. About to do. Yeah, I'm thinking, you're a colored guy. You should be like very happy. That nigga turned black. Yeah, he became black.
Because I think it's really, really crazy out here in BW. And I'm just so happy we're living in a time where everyone can be themselves, like I said before. You are going to Durban.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
No. I'm not going to Durban tomorrow. That was from last year.
No,
right?
I think Durban July.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because for those who follow you on social media, they do know that
on
you are,
Friday. I'm going on Friday. Yes.
All right. So tell me a little bit about your gym life, because for you to learn the choreography that you guys do, clearly you are there every day.
Yes.
That's a lot to remember.
We all have extracurricular activities. That's one thing that I love. It's a hobby of mine.
For those who don't know, aerobics, with using the bar thing.
Yeah, boxing.
So you guys, there will be like 20 of you.
Yes. And then you are the one teaching, and then you are supposed to remember those moves, and then it's a full body cardio workout.
The combinations.
Yeah.
For me. Because once I think I mess up one, I'm gone.
Yeah, no, where now you flow.
So how did you get into that?
China Makaila. Yeah, China saw me at the gym. I had gained so much weight. And I was like, you can start doing cardio, because I did not know what I was doing. And then this was in end of 2015. And I fell in love with aerobics ever since. So it's something that brings so much joy to my heart. Aerobics.
So where are you guys going to be doing on Friday?
We usually compete, yes. CM Fit team at China. China is also based in South Africa because he's into football. So we just continue his legacy. Shout out goes out to China.
He even went all the way up in North Africa.
So now the off season, but it's in 2 minutes, he's resting. He's going back in a couple of months.
I think it was like Amazulu or something.
Amazulu,
Wow, man.
It's crazy. But that's
Zebra Sakaban. Ow. China ki.
Zebra says something.
Yeah. Fair question. So you guys are going. Oh, they
were not a part of it.
We never.
Oh, shit.
No.
The Pitse are on Abatung.
I used to get the boys, but South Africa.
It is what it is.
So the team, what's the name of the CM Fitness?
CM Fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
China Makaila Fitness. And it's aerobics. We compete. Sometimes we don't matter, but the love of the passion, fitness is what brings everybody together. You understand? Just like people love golf, some people love Diaco Marathon that people do it, like thousands of people come every year. Or nights, thousands of people come as well to be in one area to enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna shut it down right here. We are definitely gonna have a part 2 soon.
No problem.
I'm so happy that you were here, and you are as vulnerable as you're so straight to the point, Lunga, and I always love that about you. How we think you're all about it, and thank you so much for opening your heart out to all of us here, man. We're all family here, and we know how happy you are for us as well.
Yeah.
And right, Tumela, hopefully we'll see you behind the mic soon as well.
I hope so.
Can you get one of those deals? Let's change the game again, man.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Would you do breakfast show? Would you do breakfast?
If I'm with you, I would do it.
Yeah.
Consider. If I'm with you, I would do it. If I'm with Minx, I would do it.
Okay.
Those are my 2 options, and I'm very clear about it.
Legends. It's been lovely, Papa. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on Bottega.
So what does it taste like? We need to hear.
There's a lot of. This is really pretty. But I'm a nectar kind of guy. That's why I got that any champagne that's really sweet, but not too sweet. But this is something I can definitely drink all night. It's nice.
Definitely.
It's still sparkles. It's an MCC, right? It's a sparkling wine.
So.
Yes. It's a sparkling wine.
What is it? Acacia flowers.
Lily There's lily flowers.
What else is in there? No, it's
Yeah,
not
well,
like
I mean,
I read the list.
taste very flower guy.
No, but acacia flowers, like I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah.
I read the thing.
Yeah. No, but it's really pretty. I love the branding as well, the bottle.
Don't tell.
Oh, nice.
So make sure that you look out for this bottle of Bottega. It's
Yeah.
very affordable. Lenga Wines has it as well.
Yeah.
And they're our official beverages partner. And we have
And
to
before I
open-
go,
break down.
Kara, well done on this thing. You and your team are doing a great job.
Thank you so
genuinely. I wanted to say my favorite episode was Chama Girl.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chama, for being so vulnerable and being honest. Like, I think for me, I sat through those 2 hours
Yeah.
and made people wait. The first time I was a diva, I had an event, gets in 2 hours late because of that. Because there was no way I could pause because I didn't want to then think about it. Look, I just wanted to hear her story. But that was an incredible episode. Yeah.
And just a light flex from us. Shout out to Dorcas Makat.
That's my girl.
On the telephone, I'm getting a call from Dorcas Makat to tell me that the show is dope all the way in Australia.
Because
and I'm like,
people are serious. Yeah. People are
so,
serious.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
coming through and honoring our invitations. This is the only reason why we're doing this. We know how much we've affected the minds of Batswana and other people across Southern Africa and Africa and all of that. So it's always nice to have you guys tell your version of events from your point of view.
Thank you. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it, and I wish you a lifetime of success and continue doing amazing things to you and your team. Thank you.
Dango.
I appreciate
and
it.
ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. We'll see you again next week right here on PODI-CAST. Shout out to Bottega and the good people at Lenga Wines, and also shout out our hosts, Leo's Inn, that are based in Sabong, also in Gaborone, and they also have one in Mogoditani. Right. Cool stuff. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. We out. Peace.
Bye.
People of different identities. Podcast with PODI-CAST.